going on, guys? My name is Cameron. So I had two monitors. My laptop is down here, and my external display is up top. So that's why my eyes will be kind of mostly on the big screen versus just my MacBook. I'll try to talk to the camera when I'm talking to you guys, just so you can see. But I'm gonna keep my my little window showing myself probably down below. I don't know if I can get rid of that. So, but just so you guys know that I'm here and communicating. So this is just my quick version of this keyboard idea. I do a lot of business, and I'm a big user of the GTD system, getting things done. And if you've ever read his book, he talks about having lists and reminders, and you really using your calendar and really using reminders and really using different set of lists for completing different types of things. And when I'm on my phone, I have like I have a reminder setup folder system that is called in tray, called errands, called at my phone, at my desk, when I open Amazon, things like that. And I know that creating those things are a little difficult because I'll be like texting someone and I'll think about like, oh, I got to do this. So now I got to go all the way to like the reminders app and select my in tray and create a new reminder in my in tray. I feel that it would be better if I'm already messaging someone, or if I'm searching for something, if I'm already by my keyboard should be holding my everyday common shortcuts, because I'm already there, and I should just be able to click on my little glow button and select my shortcuts keyboard and then jump and run that shortcut. So in this little demo here, I'm just going to show you the progress I've made. I've made it to where we can create so basically there's the keyboard app. So this keyboard app is holding the memory of basically the buttons. Nothing's being shown there right now, but I do hope to show something in that app. Maybe you go to that app to create the buttons. Right now you can actually do it directly from the keyboard. So this is things that we need to figure out as a team together, as a community together, and really think about how we should do these things. This is the fun part. So right here you can see the buttons. I just click clear all. It's going to be a little slow. This is a simulator on my MacBook. But this is the standalone keyboard, and just quickly clicking the globe, you can quickly jump between the Apple keyboard and the Keyflow keyboard. I'm calling it Keyflow because I just feel that we're on the keyboard and we're continuing to flow. So it's Keyflow, basically running shortcuts from a keyboard. So right here you can see I have two shortcuts that I just quickly created. I do have an issue with the code. For some reason I can't run a shortcut from the keyboard that has two words in it. So basically that space is really messing with the URL scheme of the shortcut itself. Like the app, the keyboard can't recognize the shortcut with the space in between. So I'm gonna actually delete these real quick, and fix these, because I think I have it figured out. At first it wasn't really working. Some would work, some wouldn't, and I was confused why. And the difference between the ones that were working and the ones that weren't working was that the ones that weren't working had two words in it. So I'm going to keep it short. So basically I'm going to create, I have my keyboard disabled, so I have to actually click the buttons on here because my keyboard wouldn't be popping up. But here we go. So I'm just going to call this like in tray. Actually, let's call it inbox. I'm going to see if we actually have the reminders app real quick. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to set this up like my phone. So in my phone, I actually have a list called inbox. I actually like the word in tray better, but we're just going to keep it simple. So I have inbox. I'm going to add errands. I'm going to add So I have inbox, errands, then I create a waiting for. I'm just gonna call this waiting, because I would do waiting for, but right now I'm having the issues in the code of running 2 words like I just said, so we're just gonna keep it simple. So basically I have like 3 lists. And the cool thing with the Shortcuts app, this is something that I use a lot with the pull down menu, or I actually have, let's see if I can show you here real quick. The cool thing what you can do on, I don't know if that's gonna focus. I just turn the brightness down a little bit. The cool thing you can do now with iOS is that you have these widgets. I wonder if we can actually create a widget. Let's see. Oh, I can just show you on here. Oh, maybe the widgets don't respond. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I do on my phone. I think I just used the single inbox. The reminders widgets are pretty cool because we can actually go in here and place this inbox, and that box, this widget box, is showing the inbox list. And what I do, I typically have all my different types of lists on my home screen. And the cool thing is when you tap on that, it actually takes you to the list. So let's say I need to create an inbox, so we're just going to click and drag these around. We're going to edit this one. So instead of saying inbox, we're going to show my errands. My laptop's doing an incredible amount of work right now. It's not only recording me, it's running a full iPhone simulation, and it's running Xcode in the back, and it's recording my desktop screen. So things might be a little slow, but anyway, we're just going to do this real quick. So we have inbox, errands, and one little thing that I feel would be cool is creating a shortcut for my keyboard to go directly to those things. Because if I'm already at the keyboard and I want to add a new reminder in one of my lists, I should just quickly be able to do that from the keyboard. I shouldn't have to go to my home screen and look for something. I should just be able to switch my keyboard real quick. So in my inbox, I'm going to add, so basically you can actually see Shortcuts is already showing you some suggested action that you might want to do. So I'm going to find reminders. So I'm going to add a new reminder. So this one's saying inbox, which is cool. And basically I just say ask me every single time. I'm not going to add an alert to this right now, but let's just say, hey, I'm texting this person, and because I'm texting this person, they automatically reminded me, hey, I need to do XYZ later. So let's quickly add that to my reminders list. So all we really got to do, and the cool thing is that since we're already in Shortcuts, we can show the keyboard right away, because all we got to do is switch to a new keyboard. So this right here is basically, I have a shortcut keyboard, custom keyboard right now. I've been calling it Keyflow, but the development process has been a little challenging because I'm learning Xcode as I go. I don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm just playing around with it. So I'm gonna click add, and this is like a chicken and egg problem that I was having, because it's like, oh wait, you can't add a button that runs a shortcut without naming that button, and you can't name a button without a keyboard, because I didn't want to design a keyboard from scratch. Like, that's not the fun part. I just want to run a shortcut. But without me having to go to another app to create the buttons, if I wanted to quickly create something from this little keyboard interface, then there's no way to do that without a keyboard. So basically all we got to do real quick is type out the name of the shortcut, and all this is doing is basically, do I not have X in here? Am I losing my mind? That clears it. Inbox. I should have an X right here. This is why I didn't want to create a keyboard. I'm just going to rename this one. So let's clear that. That's fine. This is the process, guys. So we're going to add a new one. We're just going to call Imbo. Why did it do that? Imbo. Save. And as you click save, it just creates another one. And right now, I'll just create another one called errands. I can't believe I forgot the X. Am I tripping? And the cool thing with this is that I'll just keep adding some buttons. This becomes a scroll window. Let's add another one. It might be bugging out because, here we go. The simulation's kind of finicky when it comes to scrolling, but that's okay. So we created the inbox one. Let's create the, here, I'm just gonna make this quick and simple. I'm gonna duplicate this one. Let's go edit this one. We're gonna call this one errands. And instead of the inbox, we're gonna go to the errands. Okay, so basically the gist of my reasoning on this, all of these different menus, as I jump through apps, the memory is calculating, so it doesn't update the keyboard right away. It's just how the simulation works. So let's say I'm texting this person, hello, when you get to store, get milk. And let's just say as I'm texting this person about them going to the store, or they told me they're going to the store, and as, hey, when you get to the store, get milk. Maybe I'm thinking about, hey, am I going to the store anytime soon, or was I planning on going to the store? Am I going to a different store? These are things that happen on my daily life and a lot of people's daily lives. And it's like, oh yeah, I was gonna go to Home Depot and get a new tape measure or something like that. And most people, they'll tell themselves like, oh, I'll remember when I get in my car later after work or whichever. But for me, every single day, if I get in my car and I'm driving, I always look at my errands list. So if I'm already texting this person, I'm gonna send the text message and be like, all right, I want to remind myself to get a new tape measure. So I'm gonna click my errands tab. It's gonna open the shortcuts app and automatically ask me to start typing what I want to be reminded about in my errands list. This is the cool thing. So I'm gonna put in tape measure. The shortcut was ran. Now this is where you can get creative with multiple different shortcuts in different apps. I'm still trying. What I would love is a way to open the app that you came back from. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to find a way of recognizing, okay, I was in the iMessage app, in the Messages app, and I ran a keyboard shortcut, and it would be cool that we can add basically like parameters or some type of scripting variable that recognizes, hey, I came from the Messages app, let's store the name of the app, and then basically in shortcuts here, we can say open app, and what I would like to do is the app name be the variable from where we came from, so we can always go back to where we came from. But to be honest, the only way to do that right now is really making it a little bit more complex than it should be, but this is how I gotta work around these things. So let's say if I wanted to create something called errands messages, basically this would be telling me something like, oh, run this one if I'm in messages, so that if I want to basically run the errand shortcut but come back to messages, meaning that I would only click that shortcut button is if I was in the messages app. Now this can get a lot of complex because you could be in the mail app and you could be in that. Well, the cool thing we can do for now is really just, let's say I do want to open an app or something. Basically, you can just say open app. Maybe this one says, let's just see, let's run this. Done, open app, there's no app. So you do have to provide an app. It'd be cool if it would like, select ask each time. They do have it, perfect. So let's say I create an errand, and I created it, and now it tells me to open an app. Oh, it's being picky because I didn't add anything in here, that's fine. Now it's going to tell me to open app, and I could go straight back to messages. And maybe you would want to add that function of one of the shortcuts commands of open app, so that, okay, what was I doing? Where do I want to go now? I ran my shortcut. Let's go do something. And it takes me directly back to the message that I was in with the keyboard shortcut that I had open, which is great. So let's just run that again, just real quick, just to show you. It's gonna look for it. It's gonna show a text, and then it's gonna ask for me to type out my messages. And I'm gonna say, what do I want to be reminded about? We're gonna say the errands. Video. Click done. And be like, all right, where do you want to go now? Let's say messages or mail or maps or whatever. You can choose whatever. And basically, this can work across multiple different types of multiple different types of applications. As far as like, let's say I'm texting someone about doing something, and iOS is getting really good at recognizing, hey, let's schedule something, and they automatically allow you to go and schedule that event. Like, let's say let's see what it's gonna, let's do, I know sometimes Apple will underline 12 p.m. because it says today. I don't know if it's not doing that because I'm in the simulation, but sometimes you can click that and directly go create an event today in your calendar. But let's say you don't know what's going on today, and usually people have the shortcuts of like a today view or something like that. So let's just go and view like today. Oh, my keyboard, I keep trying to use my today. And I'm not putting spaces because I'm having that issue, guys. So let's say today in cow, and let's just say calendar. And then let's see, show in calendar today. So today in cow, so we can just go to our list here, and let's type out today. Cow. To me, this just means today in the calendar. I'm gonna click save. I might have an issue scrolling right now. So I should be able to just click on this, and it will take me to that shortcut, and then it will take me to the calendar. And nothing scheduled today in the simulation. So this is just my vision for what we can do, and it's going to get more complex because I would like to add basically parameters to like to running an action, because when you open a URL scheme for shortcuts, like shortcuts URL scheme is just basically the shortcut, uh, like forward slash and then the name of the shortcut, but you can also add parameters like bringing in information to shortcuts, and shortcuts can take that info and then do something with it. So that is something else I would like to work on, and it's just going to be an ongoing process. This is just something that I would love to have in iOS. I'm blown away that we can't run shortcuts natively from iOS, and I hope I really start the foundation of pushing this feature into the iOS operating system. Just like shortcuts was an original app workflow, and Apple bought out workflow and brought shortcuts to iOS and iPadOS and now macOS. So this is just a quick video of me talking about what I've been building and the issues that I have and I will fix, and basically start a discussion on what I need to fix and what you guys think about the progress so far. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. Take care, guys.